Hi, my name's Alex Gomez, CEO of Dune Case. Today we will be presenting you the assembly of the Dune Pro case. Now I just wanted to say a special thank you to all of our viewers that are out there, all of our backers that have been patiently waiting over a year for this case to come out. And let me tell you, the finish, the quality of the case that we're about to put together today is fabulous. It really looks good, and the quality is something that we haven't seen out there in the PC case market, or not that I've seen anyway. So just want to say thank you to everyone for coming in and watching the assembly today. And I just wanted to let everyone know that, you know, this case can be put together from pretty much from every part. We don't have rivets. Everything's screwed on, and you know, you can build this yourself if you wish to, and if you want, you can disassemble this if you wish to. So this is a very it's a very different product out there. You know, we're using full aluminium here, aluminium that's been sandblasted and anodized, the exterior being silver and the internals being black, and on the exterior we have parts that are from 3 mils thick to 8 mils thick, and on the interior it's very similar as well. Like a lot of the parts are 3 mil, varying from 3 mil to 2 mils thick. So thank you everyone for coming. I hope we can show you how to put one of these together, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. We'll first start with the side panel. As you can see, this is the side panel of the Dune Pro case, and there's 2 of these in the case, one for the back, one for the front, or one for the left side, right side. And this is a 3 millimeter thick piece of aluminium, and we have put PEMs in here so you can screw down some parts. Now there was a lot of discussion before about this, what to use, on how to you know, clamp this onto the case, and to be honest, this solution was better than what I expected. We created plastic parts with some nice clips on each end that are very straight in design, and they're surfaced really nicely as well. And what we do here is we pretty much put this into here where the PEMs are, very slowly, and it's a very tight fit, and that's it, and we just start screwing away. Now and that's pretty tight. Do that again for this one. Make sure there's a bit of, it's pretty tight. And we do it again for this one. And the great thing about this, we were going to actually, originally, we were going to glue these on, but I mean, these PEMs are so strong that we decided that we probably don't need to glue these plastic parts onto this piece of aluminium. But what I can say is that the PEMs, they're nearly as good as a weld, really. So, I mean, if anyone's worried about these things coming off or wearing over time, the good thing is that you can unscrew this, and you can indeed put, well, get a replacement plastic part and screw another one back on. So, but we've tested this thoroughly, and the plastic here is very good plastic, and we believe that this should last you a very, very long time. There were a lot of questions, plastic isn't good, and look, in my experience, There's plastic in luxury cars, there's plastic in cars, there's plastic in luxury goods. This is no different. Plastic is more elastic than metal. So the durability of the plastic clip will be a lot, well I would say is a lot better than a metal one. The metal one over time will, once it clips into something, eventually it will form into another shape. So here we go. I'm just putting this. I don't want to screw them in too tight. Well, tight enough, but I don't want to. All right, and nearly done. All right, one more. Okay, and that is how we, whoops, forgot one more. One more. I'm not the best screwing person on the planet, but, and there you go. And that is solid. I mean, look, I can pick that up. I mean, this is, I mean, if you look at that, and I'll show you later how to clip this on, but look at that, magnificent. And then we just clip that on, but these can be taken off and these can be screwed on, and it's really very, very solid. You don't have to worry here, guys. This will be very, very, it's very, very strong, very rigid. So there you go, there you have it. That is the first piece, which is the side panels, left or right. Now the next piece is top panel. And the top panel, pretty much all we do here is we have these pieces that go in, which will be glued in with metal on metal glue. So that will be pretty, this is probably the only part that's cannot be taken off, which is this part here. I'm not going to glue it in this instance, but they sort of glue into there. And then all we do with this piece is really, we put this in, which are the clips. Well, not the clips go into these parts here. And we just put that in, and that's it. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 for the side, two on this side, 2 on this side for the side panels, and obviously you have the front and back panel. So that's the top panel, guys. And later we put on the USB-C ports here and the button. But that's pretty much how to assemble this part here, which is the top panel. Now for the bottom piece, it's pretty much the same. We put this here where it needs to be. And just like this, is again, we put this stud here or in these other places, and we just push them in. Screw them in like that, and they go in very nicely. These also will be glued on. Yeah, and that's pretty much for the bottom panel. Oh yeah, and this is where the PSU will ventilate from. So if you have a PSU that sort of draws the air in, it will be coming, pushing or pulling from this location. So the PSU will sit around here, and that's the bottom piece. And the next part we have here is the front panel for the standard edition. As you can see here, the surfacing on the is beautiful. This is 3 mils thick, very thick piece of aluminium. And this is how we assemble it. So we created these clips from scratch. There's nothing else like it on the market, and This really serves as two purposes. One is to protect it from getting scratches. So when we put it in here, it actually protects when you put it on that this doesn't scratch the aluminium on the bottom. So that helps out a great deal. So we put 1, 2, 3. We did quite a number of clips, but this was the most clever in execution because it serves two purposes. Not only is it a clip that can screw on, clamp onto this front panel, but it also protects the actual chassis in itself. So that's really, really good. So and all you do here is we just screw it on. Make sure they're in the right position. Alright. Okay. And then we do that again on this side. Oops. I'm not the best screwing person, but I believe I'm okay at it. And the last one is this one here. And there you have it. And that just clamps on with these really, really good clips. And there you have the front panel, the standard edition front panel. Now we have the back panel. As you can see, this is the back panel. Once again, beautiful finish. If you can see that up close, inside and out. And it doesn't matter if you do it that way or that way, because it all fits. And yep, it fits in nicely. And it just goes like that, or you can do it the other way as well. So it doesn't really matter which position you put it, it all fits very nicely. And once again, we just screw this on. Alright. There's a little bit bored of me screwing, you can fast forward, but nevertheless, this is how you screw it on. Clamp down there. We have another one here. Yeah, and when we decided to do this back piece, this is also a plastic piece, but it's very, very nicely done. And we thought, okay, I mean, a little plastic's good, but this would be, it wouldn't look too much different from the aluminium. In. And it worked out really, really nice. And another one here. Two more. So one thing I love about the Dune Pro case is that, you know, you really can DIY whatever you want with this, you know, I mean, it's all screwable. So if you want to do your custom whatever, you can do it here because everything is screwable. So that's that, and as you can see, it looks really good on this side, and as you put it on, and then on this side, last but not least, we have to put the same clips that we did before with the front panel. Okay, and we really took a different approach on how to build and manufacture one of these. Yeah, and this part here is it's a mixed process of CNC and extrusion. So there is a lot of CNC done to this one. And the big cutouts are CNC. Alright, and lastly, and there you go. So as you can see here, we have the stainless steel bars. I've already put one of them on just to save a bit of time, but pretty much this piece here goes in here as so. This should be already been glued on. I'm just going to put it on there anyway, and it simply just screw on like this. And same for the bottom. That's pretty much it. There's no gap on the top there, and it's the same for the bottom as well, so just not to block anyone here. It's the same as the bottom too. So first I'll take this one out. Just put that in the bottom too. That's good. The same goes for this as well. And mind you, when we're actually at the assembly line, it's not this slow. It's a lot faster than what I can do. So, put this piece in between. Just put it in like so. Make sure it goes in properly. And that's it. Sorry, this table's a bit wonky. And as you can see there, we've put the Dune Pro together with the frame. Alright, that's the back, so we'll put this first, which is, make sure that this part here, the thicker part, not the thinner part, is on the bottom. So we just clamp it on like that. And the front, and it doesn't matter, it can be this side or that side. Beautifully put on, and of course the panel one of the panels. Now, mind you, it does have a guide here, so that can lean against the bottom here. So we just go like this, guide it up a bit, and there you have it. Oh, there you go. Oh, sorry. And there you go, beautifully put together. So as you can see here, we have the motherboard tray, the PSU bracket, and the PSI backplate. And this is a little bit tricky, but not too difficult. So the trick is you got to get it in on this angle, coming in here, and then, but at the same time, you got to get this part inside here. So it's more like that, something like that. Okay. Now the other trick is that you need to get this part in here. Then there's this little slit here. So you have to go in like this, put it in between there, that slit hole, and one's got to line up there. And it's not too difficult to get in. Yeah, and as so, that's just like that on the angle. This one's all lined up, yep. And then you can just start screwing away. I'm not going to put all the screws on the motherboard plate. I'm just going to put a few key ones here, just to make sure it's in place. Oh, so I'll just make sure this one is in here. And then after I finish the video, I'll probably screw it up a little tighter with all the other screw holes. So I'll just put that there. Okay. We got that one in place. Screw that down. Excuse me for all the metal noises. Alright, that's pretty solid now there. And then we just put a few key ones up here. Where are they? This one here. Okay, and probably one more. Just so we've got 4 corners in there. And tightly. All right, so there you go. This part's still loose, so we got to screw this one down with these smaller screws. Make sure they're clamped in. As you can see, that's really tight there. And then we have this tray which goes on pretty much goes on top here, and it just covers that ugly piece right here. So it's just, before we do that, we have to do that from the inside. Put that nice and tight there. So that pretty much, that screw under here pretty much ties it in there. Put another one in there. Now that becomes really tight here and sandwiches that together. And we need probably another few more screws over here to put this in place. So we've got 3 over here and 3 over here and 2 up the top. So let's just put that together. This middle one in first. That's in place. Okay, so there's one there. I just put it in place, and then we have one over here. Which is great. One over here. And I'm not going to put all the screws on, but it just gives you an idea of what it looks like when it's all put together. So you got that nicely put over there. And then I've got a couple more here. Let's put that in place. One more over here. And mind you, I'm not the fastest assembler, but there you have it. Nice, strong, rigid. I've got to put 2 screws up there, but that just gives you an idea of how rigid this thing is. I'll put the 2 screws up here, which I could probably do now. To make it a little easier. Give people an understanding of the how it's put together. How rigid this thing is. Okay. Alright, there we go. That screws in place. And the last screw over here. Oops. As I said, I'm not the world's best screwdriver. Okay, so that's pretty strong there, but this is very rigid. Look at that, no flex at all, practically none. Here a little bit because it's a thinner profile, but because we've got the PCI, we've got to go accordingly to the PCI standards, PCI slot standard. But overall, very rigid. So that's how you put the PCI backplate, PSU, and the motherboard together. All right. Alright, so pretty much now that we've got the motherboard in there, we're going to put the extender tray in, and simply we just get a screw and I normally go like this and try to find that screw hole. And just screw it in like that. Maybe make it a little bit longer. Great. Then we can put another one in here. Perfect. And then if we want the hard drive cages, it's you have two spots. You have 1, 2 here and 3 here. So we'll put one in each place. So we'll put one here. Alright. Put another one here. Hard drive there, and these come with 5 anyway, so in this demonstration I'm just showing the 2 places where it's possibly going to be. There and there, as you can see. So I made a mistake, and it's probably a good thing that I made that mistake, so I can show you where it is. So when you put these in, you got to make sure that this part is on the other side, because you have an elevated part here. So this part has got to go downwards in. So you've got to turn on that side. It's flat, then it goes down and then in like that. So please take note of that. And that's it, and then it's nicely put in there. And the good things as well is that you can put your cable ties here, 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 so it can run down here. And you can also put them here, here, and all around here. So if you want to route things there and tie them up, you can, and you can also tie them down here as well to make it a nice tidy look. So you can put this whole panel right here, or up here, hook, hook, and this whole hook there. And that's the hard drive. And all we're really missing now is the fan bracket and the hard drive cages, and I think we're it. Now for the front fan bracket, which you can put a 120, 240 or a 360, and you have the fans here. You could put a bigger fan here, 2 bigger fans. This normally sits right here. Wrong side. In this you have a shorter side here and a longer side. So this side has to go down, and it normally goes in like that. Okay, but before you do that, you need to put this part in, and this part, you have to screw it underneath, and this And this L bracket also does the hard drive cage as well and make sure it's in place. So we have that. You would put it in here and it should fit really nicely. And then all you got to do is put one screw at the front. Let me find a shorter screw if I can. If not, I'll just find this one. And just one screw right here. And that's it. And you have the fan bracket there. And that should be really good. All right. Last but not least, we have the hard drive cages. So let's start with the small one. So you can put this small one, which goes into the PSU area, right here. And there's two screws here you can put this into. So if you wanted to, you could just put it in there and that would be fine. And you can still have the extender, the motherboard extender. I'm just going to put one, we can do two screws. Two screws down there. As you can see, they're pretty tight in there. So that's the bottom hard drive cage. Then what you can do is you can actually put this extender there, and it can work. But if you're going to put the hard drive cage, you really need to take this out, the motherboard extender, and you have two hard drive cages to deal with. Now, these hard drive cages are very easy to assemble. There's two screws there and two screws at the back, and they have a few screws over here, 1, 2 over there. So these can click into each other. And also, if you wanted to put a fan there, you could put it right here. So you put your fan on here and you just whack it there. And let me just show you an example of what one looks like. And there you go. You probably need two screws here. Let's grab these two. Screw for that one. Pull one screw here. Just screw that down. And another one on this side here as well. And that's how you can have a nice fan on this side. But if we want to put two of them together, we just go like this, and we just push in. Oh. Push it in like this, so. Yep. That's the wrong way. There we go. Okay, good. So that's all in place. Alright, and simply you just put it in here. It goes in a little tight. And it just fits in like so. lucky to get this one in. There we go. There we go. That was the problem. And you put one screw up the top here. Let me get a screw. This up there. And it's pretty much locked in. And there's another one in the front just in case. In here if you want it in there, just to lock it on that corner right here. And that's practically it. And there you go. And then finally, we can put the other parts on the next video. Now in this video we're going to put the final parts together. As you can see, we have a full assembled case. Alright. Of the Dune Pro case with the hard drive cages. Alright. And all we got to do is we can put some in the back. Beautiful. In the front. Oh. On the back. And the front. Oh, excuse me. Oh, there you have it. The Dune Pro case. Alright, well thank you very much guys. As you can see here, we have it fully assembled from scratch. And I hope you've all enjoyed putting that together. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the videos of the assembly of the Dune Pro case. We are very close now, and as we announced, we will be shipping in May 2021, not May 2022, May 2023, no. And we're not waiting another 84 years as someone has suggested. We will be shipping in May 2021, and we are very happy that we have finally come to closure in shipping the case. It's been a rough 5 months in China since I've been here, and there's been a lot of testing, a lot of renegotiation with contract. It's been a long road, and if everything went towards plan, yeah, we could have done it in a month or two. But you know, aluminium prices went up. There's a lot of factors that came into play, and unfortunately, it spanned out to around around 4 months. But we're here. We're about to ship. I'm happy. I'm really happy to get this delivered to you in your hands, and I hope you're excited too. So anyway, so from me and the Dune team, we all want to say thank you for watching, and we'll keep you posted in the next update. Thanks guys, see you later.